All right, welcome back. We've got session two. Notice a bit of clipping on my mic, but I'm not too sure how to fix it, and I'm not going to pay for some crazy amount of streaming gear. What we are going to do, I do need to rectify one thing. So let me just take Aragorn's card out and show you this. So I actually made a mistake in that if we look at Aragorn's card at the bottom, so we can see that he's in the North faction or nation, and he is a companion, and Boromir is Gondor and a companion. Now you can only activate nations that you are a part of. So Boromir could activate Gondor, and Aragorn could activate the North. However, I actually had Aragorn activate Rohan. So what we'll do to fix that so I don't have to go back, we will essentially retcon and we'll say that Merry went with him uh, because he has free people, so he can activate any nation. So we'll stick Merry now in Minas Tirith, and he is with Aragorn. So he would have been able to, when they moved through and activated Rohan, that would have been legal then. So that was just something that I picked up. Um, like I said, I'm an absolute amateur at this game. Um, but yeah, we'll kick on. So I believe it was the Shadow player's turn. There's a couple of cool cards here. This is good for card draw. Maybe some extra hunt points. Some extra units. So we have a couple of Palantir. I think what we will do is we'll spend the Palantir and we'll put down this persistent card. So I'm not sure about in the original War of the Ring, but there's quite a few persistent cards now. And so yeah, we can see this one at the start of the turn. You must eliminate one shadow unit in Nirn, which is here over here. We've only got two in there to draw one strategy and one character event card. And we would have played that Palantir action. And we will say that we don't want to put Rohan at war just yet. And we also want to keep this guy in Fangorn. So we'll see what... I've got two character actions here. We could look at the cards, see if we got anything. This one's kind of cool. I could make Treebeard a companion, for instance. I'm not sure why you'd want to do that. I guess just to soak damage, but he's probably better on the field from what I can tell. Yeah, so this one is kind of cool. We could potentially use this one to muster. Yeah, we could use this one maybe. Oh, not this one, sorry. This is interesting, actually, that we've got this one. Although we don't have the dice to play it, but we might keep this one in here because we can eliminate. Maybe we'll keep that for next turn. We can eliminate that shadow unit so they don't control Fangorn, and then we could move Treebeard in there and start recruiting Ents, which could be very handy, given that it looks like the Witch King wants to attack the forwards of Eisen. So we'll see how much time he gives me. Yeah, now that we have that card, thinking about it, I think we'll spend the character action and we'll actually fall back from the forwards of Eisen. Yeah. We can let him take these places. Although if we do keep one regular there, if we do fight, then we can go to war and start mustering units in Helm's Deep. Oop. My daughter mucking around. It's okay. She's got a bit of a fright. Knocked my work laptop off my desk, but it's fine. Yeah, we'll say we did that, and we'll have the Witch King. Oh, we'll do a muster. We'll do a muster action. We'll put another elite in here. So if we're gonna go for it, we need to go hard. And Fangorn, not Fangorn. Treebeard will move into. Maybe not. I think we'll. Yeah, that's true too. I think we wouldn't have moved back from the Fords of Eisen, to be honest. I think we'll keep. I think there was one regular guy in there. We'll go for it. We'll try and damage this army. Could be dumb. And we'll say that the previous character action was to hide the fellowship, and then we'll just resolve this one now. So they move, and then they're revealed again. I should have, when they were revealed previously, I should have actually revealed them on the map. So, not wanting to go back too much, they were revealed here. So every unit that they moved through, well, not every unit, but if there's at least one army, they would have taken the one corruption. And so they were revealed on the 2-step, and then I just moved again. I'm stuffing up the rules here, but I am confident I know what I'm doing here. So they were revealed again, and then they're taken down, and they would have had to move again. We'll say they go through Moria because it's thematic. Now they will take one corruption for the stronghold, and then another one from the army. So they're actually going up. I mean, we could sacrifice companions, but we won't do that yet. So they are now on the 0 progress. They're in Moria, and they're at corruption 6. Again, this is just to kind of show more people this awesome mod, and it's definitely not a strategy video. If you follow my strategy, you will get crushed by other players, as I have been. But I've enjoyed it nonetheless. I think what we'll do is we'll spend the event action, and we'll gain 2 hump points. So this is for next turn. So I'm just going to put them here because otherwise I'll forget. So we played that card. We get 2 hump points, which we can use in the next round, and then they expire essentially after that first hunt phase. And then we have the army action. I think I'll show you the combat. So you have to elect how many units that you want to move out. So we'll move everything out except for. We'll move everything out. We'll leave Orthanc unguarded. So it's similar in that you can only roll 5 combat dice. However, there is a special fortification dice that you roll on the first turn of when you're in a fortification, or if you're in a stronghold, you roll it every turn. Now, the cool thing about the dice now is it's not just a hit and a miss like it used to be. They every side can be useful. And you'll see that in play. And you can only play combat cards with this symbol, with one per this symbol, the combat card symbol. So it's not guarantee you'll be able to play combat cards in battle. So there is a structure to it. So the attacker rolls first. So we have 5 dice. We'll say these dice up here are the shadow player. Alright, so it's not too bad, definitely. Now every character you get gives you a reroll, which is why rerolls are now very, I feel, potentially more important than they used to be. Now we need to see how many units we have here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 dice that we'd roll, plus we know Boromir and Treebeard grant us a dice, but we can only roll a maximum of 5, and we are at the fortification, so we roll the fortification die. So we have 3 characters, so we will get 3 rerolls. Ah, beautiful. So the fortification dice you can see here working well. We're blocking 4 hits. Now the shadow player knows he can see these dice, right? So the attacker does his rerolls first. So you can see that these 2 skulls are blocked by these 2, and the shadow player's 2 skulls are blocked by, I mean, these 4. So for him to get over 4 to cause any damage is going to be fairly tough. And he can have a look at his cards here. We could play this card. Free People's player must reroll. Discard some event cards. Here's a few rerolls. We also have this one that we could play. I think what he will do is, I don't think he's going to play any event cards. He has 2 leaders, so he's going to reroll. There's probably no point. I think he won't reroll. He'll reroll these 2 because he's not going to get any attacks. So he's looking for some more shields. Alright, so now the Free People's, his 2 are blocked. He's got 3 leaders. Boromir, Treebeard, and the Rohan leader Theodred, who dies in the movies, if you remember. Is Theoden's son. Yeah, so he's probably not gonna, he knows that 3 are, at least, he's not doing any damage now. But combat cards could come in to hurt him. And he'll look at his combat cards here. He might be able to do more damage. So this one's actually not bad, but that card itself is very useful. Same here. That's quite useful too. We have 1 Ent unit, I believe. Well, I'm not sure if he counts as a unit, because he would be a character. We could even, though we do want to use this, we could even heal the ring bearer. Yeah, I think he won't play any combat cards, so he's going to reroll these 2. Wants to keep some defense. Oop, I shouldn't have rerolled that one, that's fine. Alright. So the rerolls are done first by the attacker, then the defender, and then again it's alternating, starting by the attacker with combat cards. So you can see that the defender has 5 defense dice, 2 attacking, which are going to be blocked. But now we can play combat cards, so we could just get him to discard cards potentially, or force rerolls. I think we'll keep it simple. We'll play this card because I'm not going to use it because I'm playing solo, so I'm not going to put down any face down persistent cards. So we'll just get him to discard 2 cards. It's a hard one because all of these cards look excellent. Probably not going to play that on anyone. And maybe we'll play this because we don't think we're going to control Lorien for that much longer, but we shall see. So there's no damage. The attacker will choose to continue attacking. However, the free peoples will retreat. The negative of this, I guess, as well, is that it now puts Treebeard 2 character moves away from Fangorn. So it's going to be tough if he ever wants to control it and be able to muster. Now he had to commit, he had to state how many units he was attacking with, so now Orthanc is completely undefended. But we'll accept that, that's fine. For now, it doesn't look like there's really any way for the free peoples to get at Orthanc. So I believe that was the last, unless I move them around. That was the last die, so that's the end of the turn. We need to remember that there's 2 hunt points available from that event card that we play, which I think that Uruk-hai's name is Lurtz from memory. The picture on that event card, he is the Uruk-hai who kills Boromir, shoots him. Alright, bit of a different, still a lot of character moves here, and now we've got a total of 4 hunt dice. So I've been given the advice, which I think is excellent advice. I could have potentially done it. If you know that you have hunt points carried over, it can be worth then even assigning some more hunt dice or some eye dice in here, so that you know that you're going to have access to some of the more powerful cards. So there is some pretty powerful ones. This one particularly. Move the Fellowship back and deal 3 damage. I think what we'll try and do is we'll do the Mountain Giants for 4 hunt points. And it is the free people's turn. Oh, and that attack as well would have put Rohan to war. So I think what they'll do is they'll muster a Rohan elite. So it's a pretty decent army as far as it goes. In Helm's Deep. And the longer that the Shadow player leaves it, the more that are going to be in here. Surely the Rohan player will just keep mustering. So I think they will announce that they are attacking with everything into Helm's Deep. Now there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units. 6 units here, so we could potentially have an option to hurt. We don't have any fortifications though. But we do have 3 leaders, so you know what, they're going to risk it. So it's going to be 5 dice each. No fortification die. So we'll go attacker first. Okay, that is an insane roll. It's exactly what the attacker wanted. Pretty good defensive rolls though. So 5. No combat cards though. So potentially the free people... Oh, I didn't draw cards again, as always. I always forget at the start of the turn. This one, pretty cool. which is actually good timing. Place 2 regular units of Rohans in Helm's Deep, even if it's besieged. So even if we get hurt a little bit here, we can then muster some back in, which is pretty excellent. We could kill a Nazgul here. No. Daughter playing with my computer chair. So I think we'll take the hits, and then we will have 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we will have 4 units in there, but we're still rolling 5 combat die because of Boromir and Treebeard. So what we'll do is we'll take the hits, but we'll re-roll this because we don't really have any good combat cards we want to use. Alright, we'll say it rolled on that. Which actually isn't too bad, so there's 5 hits here, blocked by 2. So they're going to take 2, so we'll get rid of 2 Rohan regulars. Gone forever. And we will kill 2 Isengard regulars. Not gone forever. However, that does weaken the attacker's force. And then Rohan will decide to retreat into the siege. Helm's Deep being over here. However, Treebeard is now trapped in here, so any chance we have of getting him to Fangorn is basically gone. At least for the time being. Okay. Now there could be an option here for the Free Peoples to attack and kill some units before they basically get surrounded. But then they would have to also move back in, so action economy wise it is maybe not the best thing to do. But they're going to muster a Gondor elite unit in Minas Tirith. Now the Witch King, he really wants Helm's Deep, but it's probably quite a tough nut to crack at the moment as well. Because if you can take Helm's Deep and kill Boromir and or Treebeard, he'll get his action die. So you can see how these quests really drive the behavior of the player, which I think is a really nice kind of game element, and very thematic too. Just need a drink of water. Alright, sorry about that. Gotta get that H2O. And Shadow player's turn. Now, I think what he will do is spend an army action. We'll spend an army action and we will move this army into Minas Tirith, into Osgiliath, sorry, and we'll move this other army here. We actually, at the start of the turn as well, what we didn't do, we must eliminate 1 shadow unit from here to draw 1 strategy and 1 character card. So we've actually got too many cards. We've got 9 cards. This is quite a cool ability. You can basically have armies of 12 now, which which I think is pretty thematic. Now the Fellowship is revealed, but there is no persistent cards. This one's not bad for moving around. This refers to the Orcs Attack Hunt card, which is over here, Orcs Attack. So potentially, like I should have done, drawn that at the start of the turn and looked before I spent my hunt points on the Giants Attack. I should have probably bought 2 of those Orcs Attack and then played this card as well. Would have been quite nasty for the Fellowship. But there you go, there's different things that you can do. So we do need to discard, we'll just discard this one because I can't be bothered to look at the hunt deck when I'm playing solo. And I was going to say about that card. Yeah, can't be bothered to look at the hunt deck essentially. So the shadow player did the army action. Now the free peoples will hide the Fellowship again. Now it's back to the shadow player. Shadow player will move armies around. He will essentially move, we'll have 2 larger armies here so that this is not an easy target. The free peoples will we'll see what they can do. He could probably heal some corruption. Although Aragorn is not in the Fellowship, so you don't get the full benefit out of that one. But we'll do that. We'll just do that to keep it simpler, so we'll heal a corruption because it was getting pretty high. Now it's over to the to the shadow. So we'll spend the army action. Actually, before he does that, we'll spend the character action, and we'll move Nazgul. We'll move these Nazgul over to this army here, and then he'll spend the army action, and he'll attack. He'll attack with this army. The free peoples decide to fight outside Minas Tirith because retreating, it's probably not as worth to retreat just yet. So they have 3 leaders. Just make sure that, yep, Merry has a leadership value of 1, Aragorn of 1, that's how many rerolls you get. And they have the standard leader. So we will roll. So we'll go free peoples are these ones. Okay. Shadow is here. So doing quite a bit of damage for the shadow, which is kind of what they want. Before the rerolls, free peoples will look at their cards. We could kill a Nazgul here. We could also my daughter in the background again. I don't really have many good cards, so I think they're going to reroll these 2. Okay, so they're going to block 3 damage and do 2. Now there's 2 Nazgul in this fight, so they're not too concerned about defense. So we're going to re-roll that, just the defensive die. They're trying to do as many kills as they can. Okay, so that's not bad for them. now that I have a look at their cards, so the rerolls are done. The Free People's player has no cards, and the Shadow attacked anyway. I should have actually should re-roll the attacker first. This is quite a good card to play in battle because you can chain it with it and get another event card and do 1 damage. So the more damage, the better. So we're doing it 1 damage. This would take it to 2. This one is also good if you can chain multiple of these combat cards. Then you're going to be doing quite a bit of damage as well. Could also get rerolls on dice. That one, we might actually do this. We might do this one. So usually you play 1 combat card at a time, so we'll add that, and then we will also chain it to play this one, so we'll eliminate a regular. And we draw a strategy event card, which is quite good as well. We basically force the Free People's player to muster the elves to war, spend his dice. Alright, so there's 3 are blocked for 4, so we're doing the 1 plus this one on this card and this one here, so we're doing 3 damage. Now Free People's player looks at what he can do. Yep, so if he takes 3 off, that's actually kind of the perfect amount for him. And if we look at the damage that he does, there are no shields, and he is doing 2 damage, so we'll take another 2 off. And then the attacker decides, yep, I want to keep going, and the Free People's player retreats into the stronghold of Minas Tirith. Minas Tirith is now under siege. Put him over there, and we'll put them there. These cards are discarded. I think one of the rules changes are cards are discarded face up as well, so you always get to see what they're doing. See what they've played at least, or discard. Alright, so it's just down to a muster action now for the Shadow player. So he will muster. Spend a. We'll see if he has any muster cards. That's an army. I think we'll muster, just to keep it simple, we'll muster the Southrons towards war. That's the end of the turn, there's no leftover hunt points, so I'll put that back. Change it to a 1. Get rid of these dice. Oh yeah, we need to draw cards first. This is that spider card I mentioned in the first video. 2 damage. Which is quite good for Nazguls are in the battle. That's also quite good. If only we had have had that previously. Is the Fellowship already in Moria at this stage? I think we'll just discard the Great Goblin because I feel like I'm not going to get Erebor. And we'll see what these guys have. They have 9 as well, so we can't place this. However, the combat side of this card is quite good. Change the fortification die to what we want, which could make it 2 shields potentially. We could bring the dwarves to war, which is pretty cool as well. That one that we've looked at before. I mean, every card is cool and just has very unique unique sides to it. I'll get rid of this one. It's probably very good, but I haven't got Gandalf out of the Fellowship yet. And now we roll the dice again. I think what I'll do is I'll leave it there, and it will be the turn start, which we would have had to also have done this one. So we'll draw 2 again. This one is, the combat side of that is very good. It cancels the fortification die, which is very useful. This one is kind of cool as well. You put Shelob out on the board essentially. I mean, they're all cool cards. I'll get rid of that card. Still too many. I'll get rid of that. Because I mean, they're all good. It's the hard decisions that make this game just amazing in my opinion. And that's where we'll leave it. Thank you.